You know, I remember doing a video on this cat a while back. I say, man, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it was on my old channel, Knowledge Two on Point. And if you guys been following me for a while, you remember when I had that channel. But I had a lot of trolls over there, and I got into it with a sister, and she sent her keyboard assassins over to false flag me. So basically, and ultimately, I had to end up creating a whole nother channel. But I remember doing a video on this guy, and if I'm not mistaken, he was involved in some type of armed robbery or something to that nature. So I don't know if this is a new charge or this is just a follow up from his old charge. And if you guys are not familiar with who this guy is, he was a star on the show The Hughleys. It was starring the comedian D.L. Hughley. And the premise of the show basically was D.L. Hughley had got to a certain economical status and he was able to move him and his family out to the suburbs. And you just got to experience how he interacted with his neighbors and how his kids interacted with that whole environment opposed to himself as a kid because he, supposedly had came from the quote unquote hood. So obviously, sometimes there can be a different mindset going into that type of environment. But it was an okay show. I'm not gonna say it was whack. I'm not gonna say it was good. I did think it was a little corny in my opinion, but fairly decent show in my opinion. But he's in some pretty deep trouble now, and it's serious. I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys his article, and I'll tell you my input on it. It says the former child actor, whose actual name is Durjane Lindell Daniels, is fully grown up at age 23. He, along with two others, Marcus McLean, 26, and DeJune Newley, 26, stand accused of fatally stabbing John Joseph outside a Stockton, California nightclub in August of last year. An unidentified woman was also heard during the incident but recovered from her injuries. Daniels, who was suspected of being a member of the violent LA-based gang The Bloods, is facing charges of street terrorism, premeditated and attempted premeditated murder. It says the young man faces a life sentence if he is convicted for the crimes. And when I heard about it, I was like, damn, I understand people change, as they get older. Those little cute kids you see on TV, a lot of times when they get older, they're, you evolve into who you are as an adult, and a lot of times you're not that same, kid. You have life experiences, trials and tribulations, deaths happens, career changes and everything. So a lot of times that mentally changes people. But one thing that stood out to me was when they said that he was supposedly, and I want to say that supposedly, a part of the gang, the Bloods. And me living out here in L.A., being out here sometime when I was a child and everything, just getting a real grasp of the L.A. lifestyle and gang banging and everything like that, and knowing people and having family members that were once gang members or current gang members. A lot of times, as somebody that has talent, or whether you're in the entertainment field or whatever, a lot of times you can hang around the wrong type of people and get caught up in a lot of drama. And this guy, he might not have had that guidance around him that kept him away from certain things. After you're not the cute little kid on TV anymore, and you're not getting work, you got to go out here into the real world. A lot of these people go back to the same communities, and they get tied up and involved with people that they don't need to get involved with. I say the same thing with Chris Brown. Now, the media attacks Chris Brown a lot, but also I think since Chris Brown has moved out here to LA, he's been involved with, people and company that might not be best for him. And a lot of times when you have no guidance, but you're talented, you're within the entertainment field, or you're just somebody that's going to college trying to do your thing. A lot of times, even though those people are smart and they have a bright future, a lot of times they have a low self-esteem. They want to be accepted. They don't want to be always treated as the big star. They just want to be, the homie down the street, or the bro around the corner. And a lot of times they go out here and they try to achieve that so much and be accepted that they allow themselves to be involved with people that they don't need to be involved with. Another person that was like that, Tupac, extremely talented guy, but I feel like the people that were surrounding him egged him on to get into situations and altercations that he did not deserve to be in or shouldn't have been in. And I could be wrong about this, but I think that's what happened to this guy right here. I think he's hanging around the wrong type of people. You know, a lot of times people trying to prove their loyalty to you. They want to say, oh, you know what, I'm the tough one in the crew. You might have an entourage, your homeboys or whatever, a cat you grew up with, and there's always that one dude ready to pop that gun or ready to beat the hell out of somebody for you just to prove his loyalty so he can gain some benefits. You cut him a check, you consider him your ace dude or your number one dude, and he gets to reap some of the benefits that you benefit from. So it's always got that cat around you, or that's from the neighborhood, or in these entourages. And a lot of times, when you evolve yourself around the wrong type of people, you can get wrapped up into things. You can start doing things that are out of your character. I've seen a lot of cats, just being out here as a child or living in LA that weren't about their life, weren't into that gang bang shit. One college kid, play ball, play football, whatever, good dude, okay, but came out here or got involved with wrong type of people, trying to act hard, trying to be something that they're not, and they end up getting shot. They end up being 6 feet in the ground, all because they were trying to perpetrate and be something that they're not. And it's sad that a lot of our brothers that get wrapped up in this, and not just black brothers and nothing like that. It's people in general, but I think it's more detrimental to us because we already got a target on our back. We already have to worry about the police out here ready to gun us down. We already got to worry about people not wanting us to be the leaders and protectors in our homes. We already have to worry about racism and being castrated out of the work field. So when you think about all that, and then you want to go out here, you want to gang bang, knowing that leads to nowhere but the prison industrial system. That's basically the modern plantation of the new millennium, or you're gonna end up 6 feet in the ground. So cats that been out here, you got family members that the game, how all this ends, and that's why I think a lot of cats, out here in LA, they're starting to wake up on a lot of this stuff. A lot of OGs are putting them on like, yo, it don't lead you nowhere. You're either gonna get a criminal background or you're gonna end up dead. Simple as that. All the hoes, the quick money and all that, it means nothing. So, I just think that, I'm pretty sure, this guy just, was around the wrong type of people. And, he could have pulled out a gun and, murdered somebody. And if he did, hey, you gotta suffer the consequence. You're going to have to do that time. Or whatever, that judge gives you. Because nobody should take anybody's life, And I remember from the movie South Central, you guys haven't saw that movie, great movie. It was a line that the brother played, the star of the movie played, the star of the movie. He said in the it was a certain clip when he was talking to one of his friends that he grew up with. He's a gang bang with, and his friend was trying to recruit him into the gang. And he was telling his son, because his son was really contemplating whether he should be a part of his gang or whether he should be a leader and stay on his own 2 feet and return back to his father. He said, if you steal from a man, you can repay that man back, with neither labor or with equal amount of the same product or whatever that you stole. Okay? If you do something wrong to somebody, you can always apologize and hopefully they will forgive you. But he said when you murder somebody, there is no coming back from that. There's no way for you to repay that as a man. And I thought that was a very powerful line in that movie. And a lot of cats, can really take something from that line there and just being a leader and being an individual out here. Me for myself, I've experienced being in the neighborhood with gangs or, growing up around. I've been in pretty much every hood in LA, Inglewood, Long Beach, Compton. I've been around Bloods, Crips, the 60s, Pyrus, whatever. So it's nothing to me, but you also have to maintain that leadership and know that that's not my route. Even if it's cats that you grew up with when you was a young family members. Hey, I love you, but I gotta love you from a distance because you being surrounded by those type of people, especially when you have a future, you have a talent that can bring you fame, success, and a certain amount of economical riches. You got to protect that. And you have to watch your steps more than most. But you know what I mean, if the brother's innocent, I hope everything works out well for this brother right here. But like I said, if he committed the crime, then you gotta do the time. Simple as that. But it's sad because I did see potential in this guy right here. I did, even as a child, I saw potential in this little dude right here. But you know, hope everything works out for the dude. You guys give me your feedback if you want. Let me know what you think about this whole case and this dude's situation right here. But I'm out. Peace.